Peace. It's Sunday. That was my first time recording myself talking yesterday, so I figured I'd just continue talking today. The images that you see on the screen are sketches I did after what you heard from yesterday or earlier this morning. So these are all the images I've made since then, I'm making now, and probably some that I'm making in the future recording of this video sound thing. And I just want to ramble on about different things I've learned through my spiritual journey so far. You don't have to use time when you're working or when you're doing chores around the house. At least you can actually use incense, and what you can do is you can build a relationship with that incense. So basically, when I'm doing chores around the house, or when I have not homework anymore but work to do for whatever freelancing I'm doing at that time, or whatever projects I'm helping other people with, I either light some tea candles or I light some incense, depending on how heavy I feel that project is. And I'll work on that project until the incense or until the candles burn out. Each time I do that, candles and incense burn out at different times. So I'm never giving something 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes. Like, whenever it burns out, that's the allotted time, and I can't measure that time. The only way I can measure it is by looking at the candle or looking at the incense. And every time I look at a candle or an incense, I feel calm. I feel at peace. These symbols for me are, they symbolize luxury. It symbolizes taking time for myself, self-care, self-love. It's romantic. I could go on and on and on about that. The color I think of is pink and rose and red. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at a clock, when I look at time, it's stressful. It doesn't have to be stressful, but that is what my subconscious mind has linked to stress. And that might not be everybody, listening to this tonight, today, whenever, but that might be some of y'all out here too. Every time you look at the clock, what do you think about? When I think about a clock, I'm thinking about testing, work, homework, projects. It always has to do with some type of work. It's not, I don't find it romantic. And of course, I could learn how to change all that or whatever, but I could just work with incense and candles too. Yeah, so definitely do that with your incense and your candles if that's something that resonates with you. That it was life-changing for me. I've already talked about sage in another video, but I'll quickly reiterate on that. Build a relationship with your sage or your I want to say Palo Santos, or rosemary braid thing, whatever, whatever. You build a relationship with it, and when you smudge your home, you chant what you want into the sage, into your home, or straight into your home while burning the sage. That's also been very life-changing for me, realizing how that we can manipulate energies in our home. I've been able to I mean, I'd have to go into the whole story if I do that, and I'll say that for another time. Because it's kind of long. It's kind of long, but I mean, I guess if you're on here, this thing's gonna be long anyway. So, oh man, let me try to pull it quickly. Like, when I smudge my home, I light my sage, and I'll chant in my living room. If there's been an argument the night before and tension hasn't stopped in the home, hasn't stopped in the house, it hasn't been resolved yet, I'll chant unity, 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 unity in my living room, in my dining room, and the same night, everybody, all my roommates will be playing cards together, we'll be laughing, we'll be having a good time. The issue has been resolved. So the thing with smudging your home and chanting what you want, what type of energy you want into your home, the thing about it is that you got to figure out what word really, I don't want to say correlates, is that the right word? What word is going to actually do it for you? Because another time I was trying to get some boxes out of the way, but it wasn't, the boxes didn't belong to me. I kept saying, order, order, order. That didn't work. And then I said, clean, 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 clean. That worked. Whoever boxes that was, or where they took them, those boxes were removed the next day. And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about intentions. Like, putting your intentions into something. It works. It's simple. Like, I don't believe it works. I know it works. That's how many times I've done this. And there's ways to expand on that. Like, I'm not about to be going around work with sage in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain places, you need different techniques for different realms, different places, different dimensions. Like, that's why you keep learning how different ways to do it, different ways to put your intention into something and have it actually manifest. That is life-changing. Who does not want that superpower? Come on, y'all. Like, who does not want that superpower? But your mind has to be open to it, and like, man, you got to try it for yourself. Like, I can do it. Can you do it? I'm telling you, I can do it though. Like, we all can do it. I didn't know anything about this stuff 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago. This is new information to me. Like, I didn't have this power, this ability growing up. Or if I did, I didn't understand what I was doing. How about that? I guess that's another perspective. If I was born with the, to be able to say something and have it happen fast, to manifest out a word and out a sage smudge in my home, you know what I'm saying? If I did have that ability, I wouldn't have been able to talk to y'all about it like this ever. And I was very aloof and very like, I had no idea. And yo, you may have no idea like what you actually are. And you need to look into it. Look into it. Like I said last night or early this morning, like, this isn't to look cool, or it has nothing to do with any of this like physical stuff, like this stuff we're talking about, climbing the ladder, blah blah blah. It really has nothing to do with that. Like, it's just learning about yourself. That's it. Like, it is just learning about you, appreciating you. Nobody else matters. But by appreciating yourself, you're learning that everybody matters. It's nobody and everybody. It's nothing and everything. Like, whatever. Whichever. It's important. Like, it's so important. You know those days when you follow your first mind? You know those days when because you have to experiment with this. Like, you have to experiment with yourself. That's the thing. Like, you know those days when you're just like, let me just follow my first mind, my first gut instinct on what to do with my day. Let me not think about it. How perfect is everything when you do that? My days go perfect when I do that. I bump into the right people. The right circumstances come my way. Like, there's no reason to be frustrated. We're frustrated because we don't follow our first mind. That is absolutely frustrating. As you're literally fighting yourself. It's like you're tearing yourself apart when you don't follow your first mind. But it takes a lot of courage to follow your first mind. For some of us more than others. And, you got to put yourself through the ringer. Like, you got to put in that work. Again, some more than others. Like, for some people, it's a natural ability to follow their first mind. But, man, I'm lucky I wasn't one of those people because I get to learn the mechanics of it. Like, I really had to study. I really had to work for that. And that's fine. Like, there's a gift in not knowing and knowing later. You get to lift up other people who just don't know. You understand exactly what they're going through. You understand it, like you understand that type of pain, that type of suffering of not following your first mind. And you reach back, you pull those people up too. Because it hurts, like, it is very painful. That's an everyday suffering. That's hell. That's hell. And you slowly work your way out of hell. A small hell, I guess, compared to other hells, but it is definitely a type of hell. So, like, and this is another thing. You gotta take this stuff seriously because this is your life we're talking about. This is, this is life-changing, learning about yourself, life-changing experience. And that's why, we take it seriously. But at the same time, if you know anything about manifesting for real, you can't actually take it seriously. There has to be a lightness to it. Because you have to have the amount of faith. Like, you have to have the amount of faith where if it doesn't happen for you, you know that was how it was supposed to be. And you don't get to throw a tantrum over that. Like, yes, be sad some days, like, that's part of the suffering. But honestly, like, you gotta grow up and trust that, hey, Source got you here, and Source gonna get you through all of this shit. Like, when I pray now, like before, you know, I was very into my Bible, like in high school or whatever. Like really into my Bible, you know, and I would pray. I would pray in songs. It's easier to pray in songs or to like write my prayers. I don't know why. But like, you know, I was into this shit. And then I stopped praying. That's when my life really like, but I'm gonna tell you why. It's not because, you know, it's not because of white Jesus, y'all. Like, I'm gonna tell you why. Just hold on, okay? So, you know, my life went like totally bizarre, like berserk when I stopped praying, but it was a good type of berserk because Source always got you. So it was still good. And now when I pray, I don't, you know, dear God, dear Lord, please help me, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. Now I can just be on my knees and just sit in the vibration I want to share with Source. That's prayer. Like, let Source recharge you. You know, like, you know, usually it's not what mainstream says it is. Just sit there. Just sit in the vibration you want to have with Source. If you can think of the best feeling you could have, like, just sit in that with Source, with Creator, with God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, like science, I don't really care, the Force, Ashe, the life force, whatever, prana, chi, whatever, the breath, I don't know. Just sit in that feeling, like, if you were the most empowered you could ever be, you know, you just sit in that. That's life changing. That's how I pray now, like, and then I'm just thankful to have that feeling. I'm thankful for that. And because I know, not because I believe, but because I know that Source got my back, I enjoy the ride. I enjoy, oh, this is suffering. Oh, okay. All right, suffering then. Oh, this is what suffering feels like. Oh, now I can see it in other people. Oh, now I can relate to them. Oh, now we can, you know what I mean? I can have bonds with people because of this. And we can build from this. Build something beautiful from it. Like, maybe suffering's not a bad thing. Maybe it's just a really weird feeling. Like, it's so weird it hurts. You know, just think about that. Like, because suffering brings some gifts sometimes. You know, but you never want to. You want to be able to have enough control over your reality to not actually suffer at the same time. That's not a place to stay. But when it does happen, because it's going to happen, because this is the human experience, you know, try to be like, oh, this is temporary. Like, let me enjoy this ride for a little bit. What am I about to learn? That's another thing. You keep suffering until you get the lesson. Like, you're not going to be able to move until you get the lesson. And forgiveness helps you get the lesson. Like, it's not about those other people, those other elements. Like, it's really about the message. You know, and you get the message, like, you can move on. That's the closure. Hey, maybe guys should know that. Like, give her the message so y'all can end your relationship for real, for real. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what that message would look like from a dude, honestly. That's intense. If anybody figures that out, you know, put that in the comments below. Like, let me know. For real, for real. That'd be cool as fuck. With your crystals, same thing with your sage, your incense, your candles. Like I'm holding this orangish yellowish crystal right now. I think it's supposed to enhance magic or whatever. I don't even know the name. I got it for free, which is really cool, but like I'm just holding him. Like we're just having a good time talking to y'all, you know? Like that's the relationship I'm developing with him. And like I feel kind of lighter with him in a wider like way. So okay, you see what I'm doing right there? Like that's how you build a relationship with this stuff, okay? Seriously. And think about the relationship you have with your damn phone. I wish somebody would laugh at me for like having a relationship with sage or crystal. The relationships we have with our phone, our laptops, our TV, it's like that. Like it's really like that. It is really like that. So don't feel stupid. Don't feel dumb. Like, just like your phone helped you, this crystal about to help you too. This sage about to help you too. These are tools. We're, humans. We build relationships with our tools. We like our tools. A car is a tool. It's a fucking tool. You build a relationship with your car, right? That's your baby. Glasses, pens, pencils, all that shit. All of it is a tool. We like coming up with more tools and more tools. We love fucking tools. So you better use your little magical tools. Shoot. Alright, y'all. Peace.